In December of 2023, I planned to start the new year with one challenge: make a game every month. But due to my lack of experience and a lot of personal matters, I wasn't even able to complete one game. So I dropped that idea to under the bed. However, this year, once again, I came with the same idea and was motivated to finally do it. With a lot more experience in Godot, but still a lot of personal matters, like exams and school projects. Anyways, with this in mind, I knew that I had to do a lot on the first days of the year, once I was still on vacations until 6th of January. So, on the first day, I started thinking of a game concept. I wanted to do something related to New Year, so I tagged the theme Future and Past. It is a really complex system, so what came to my mind at first was doing a story-based game, even if it usually needs more effort for writing the story than code. With this in mind, I started writing a huge story that when I ended it, I did some cuts because I kind of overscoped. So I split the game in 3 main scenes, where each main scene was made of a travel between the future and the past, and the transition between the main scenes was made for the past to the future. I also wanted the game to have some impact, where if you interact with something in the past, it will change the future, like a butterfly effect. And that's it for the first day. On the second day, I developed a little more of the story and chose the main characters. I also added some more lore to the story and even started to make some art, getting heavy inspiration in other people's arts, because I ain't that creative in art, if I am to be completely honest. After some tweaks and art, on the second day, I had the environment art made, some assets and the final story, and well, I think I can give you some spoiler about the story. I think of a game where the protagonist lost someone he likes a lot, and the protagonist is going through regret of not doing everything he wanted with his friend. So with that, the game starts a travel to the past where he can fix some moments with his friend, and at the same time fix his mind to go through that feeling and keep going on life. This game has a lot of layers to it, mainly psychologically, so I don't know if I will be able to finish it, but well, I will do everything I can. On the third, fourth and fifth day, I only kept doing some art and did some basic movement on the game, and that's it. After that, I really had a tough week where I had 3 exams, one on Wednesday, one on Friday and one on the weekend. So I hadn't that much time to do the game, so I just coded a simple interaction system. On the week after that, I had to finish a project and also had 2 more exams, so as you may guess, I couldn't do much, so I just did more art. And here I started to feel a little pressure, thinking that I couldn't finish the game at time. So on the next few days I slept a lot less to work a little more on the game, where I finished most art assets, leaving only the protagonist's friends and a couple assets of the environment. Now, at 2 weeks before the month finished, I still had 1 exam and 1 project to finish, so I rushed to finish them, and by the end of that week, I finally finished it. And so now I was really pressured about finishing the game. I had 6 days to the end of the month, and I just had done most of the art assets. I didn't have the protagonist friend made, I hadn't the music, sounds, most of the game coding. I was missing a lot, and here was where I really thought of forfeiting and leaving it to the next year. However, that was when I heard a voice inside my head saying, "You said this was your year. Are you gonna fail in the beginning? Really?" So after hearing that, I jumped to the computer and I took the whole day to finish the art assets and make the protagonist friend. In this case, he is a dog. The best friend of the humanity, right? Also, as you know, I took some inspiration in this video, so give it a like please. After that, I started to make some dialogues inside the game using the dialogue manager, which is a pretty good plugin. It was my first time using it and it was pretty straightforward, to be honest. Now, missing 5 days, I made a voice setting for the scene that I wanted it, and also implemented the state machine. It's something that I never learned about, and I know it's quite important, so I decided to learn it in this project, even with the lack of time I had. So that took me the rest of the day, but it was working pretty fine. Now missing 4 days, I finished some cutscenes, implemented the missing dialogues and coded them in, and also did a time travel system. Now at the mark of 3 days, I spent all day fixing bugs and also managing the interactions in the past and what it changes in the future. And now, at 2 days to the end of the month, I spent the whole day implementing a friendship system and also fixing the other bugs I found. On the last day, I was really tired, so I didn't code anything, even if I could implement a little more stuff, like making other objects that could change in the past and the future, maybe add another big scene that it wouldn't be that hard, but I didn't. I just created an itch.io page, posted the game that I will leave in the description. And now, while I show you the gameplay of my 1 minute game, I want to tell you what I learned and what I could do better. I think the theme I chose for the game is bad, since it is almost a novel game and has almost no replayability. The only replayability it has is that I made a good ending and a bad ending. Right now I am showing you the path to the good ending. By the way, I am leaving the link on the description to my itch.io game, give it a try please. And on the other side, I learned about state machines and the world environment nodes, and also some quirks that Godot had that I didn't know until now. I also would like to highlight that sometimes spaghetti code isn't bad, since it was with it that I coded the game at time. I just stopped caring about my code quality to finish it on time. Of course it is not always better. You have to think the pros and cons, and the cons are, if I want to keep working on this game, I have to make 90% of the code structure, so I probably wouldn't keep working on this game. Maybe remake it for something better, that this isn't the product I wanted in the end. It was a fraction of what I wanted, of the game I was dreaming about when I thought about it at first. But well, this is it. This is my longer video until now, if I'm not wrong, so I am not that experienced, so I would appreciate some feedback if you share the video, like it, subscribe, and thank you for watching until now. See you next month with the next video. Bye!